Hello, I'm Kerry Graham, partner and head of the family team at Ince based in Bristol and Portishead. I'm joined today by my colleague, Rebecca Aston-Jones, who is a senior associate in the team. Rebecca has recently had an article published in the local press in regard to COVID-19 and the ramifications for our clients and potential clients. We are living in unprecedented times, and no more so in terms of our clients and the work we do. Rebecca, your article was very well written and very well received. And I think the whole ethos of it is very much one of communication. So for clients out there who we currently have, and those who are thinking about going through divorces or thinking about child arrangements and are faced with a dilemma, particularly in relation to divorce proceedings and the relationship in general, the question is often, should I stay or should I go? I know we can't give a practical yes or no to that answer, but we can certainly advise on the ramifications. What are you saying in practice, Rebecca?
Thanks for that introduction, Kerry. As you say, we are in unprecedented times at the moment. COVID has presented so many issues for people, and I think this is even more difficult for individuals that are going through a separation at the moment or have separated from their ex or current partner. There are lots of issues relating to children and financial matters, and I think the key really is to make sure that people are communicating as much as possible and as early as possible so that any issues can be addressed head on as early as possible so that further disputes down the line can be avoided if possible.
Yeah, thank you, Rebecca. In terms of communication, we're often finding in children cases that communication just sometimes does not work. We have certainly seen in practice that the courts are taking an extremely robust approach to parents who are breaching court orders. By court order, I mean a child arrangements order, which sets out who a child should live with or who a child should stay in contact with, in general contact. Certainly from our perspective, we've seen more and more of these before the courts. And in fact, we dealt with a case quite recently whereby a child was being retained from our client by one parent, and we sought to enforce the order, and we did that efficiently and effectively within a matter of a few days. What are you seeing in practice, Rebecca, when things fall apart?
Yeah, it's a really tricky one. I think a lot of people, unfortunately, parents are taking advantage of the situation presented by COVID-19. I think it's really a case of taking legal advice as early as possible to address the issues and to ensure that, contact arrangements are followed as closely as possible. Obviously, child safety is absolutely paramount at the moment, and government guidelines need to be followed. However, if there is a current contact order in place, then, the courts are being very robust, and this does need to be followed if possible.
Yes. For those of us watching this webinar and who are thinking about issuing divorce proceedings or issuing child arrangements order application or seeking our advice in general, any tips from you?
Yeah, I think at the moment, a lot of people are quite cautious about where they stand legally. I think in terms of the financial arrangement side of things, people are being very cautious in terms of entering into any settlement with their ex-partner. I think people are concerned about their changes in their income or whether or not their job is going to be secure in the future. So again, I would say, take early legal advice, make sure that you don't commit yourself to a financial settlement until you're completely happy with what you're signing up to. And as I said, it's really important just to take that advice.
Thank you, Rebecca, and thank you for joining us today. Rebecca and I are based in Bristol and Portishead with Ince Metcalfes. We are simply available at the end of a phone call, so please just give us a ring. We can offer straightforward and practical advice. For our contact information, an email will appear on your screen. Thank you.